Here we are, Sarah and Annabelle back again after a week off.
We're going to do something a little different today. We're going to do a guided meditation taking you to the new earth so you can experience what is coming to our planet and bringing that back and offering it up to areas in need. One area I would like to, and Annabelle would as well, is where I live, Santa Rosa, where there's fires. There's also fires near you, Annabelle. So we're going to sort of offer up some of that really lovely, light, clean energy of the new earth to various places on the planet.
Especially as the old earth, it was literally burning up, isn't it, really? So many crazy things. Yeah, arguments and truths coming out and things falling apart, CEOs resigning, consulates closed, Israeli consulates and embassies closing.
All around the world, yeah, it's bizarre. And then the total panic over the climate change stuff that people are doing.
Oh, yeah.
Just quickly, I looked at an article. It's like, we reevaluated our statistics, and it's going to look like all these countries are going to be underwater even worse than we thought by 2050. And they have the old map of here's Singapore, what we thought, but here's what it's really going to be like. Oh. And then I read some of the responses, and people are like, if we don't take this seriously, we have to think of this just the way we did with trying to conquer Hitler, which is, of course, one of the talking points that the mainstream media is putting out.
Really?
We have to take this, or it's not going to live, and we're all going to end. And people, my heart is beating, my stomach is clenching. We have to do something about this. And I just thought, wow,
you're falling for it, man.
That's so intense, yeah.
Absolutely.
And like I said, where I live, there's fires and a whole lot of areas evacuated and smoke and power's out and all this stuff. And there weren't very many stores open. And last night, my daughter and I went out just to buy some food for dinner and to get a new earbud so I wouldn't get electrocuted by my old ones again. Well, we were in the store. We were just like, the anger and the tension it was busier than usual because nothing's open. So anybody who isn't evacuated
was
is
that
there.
shop. Yeah.
And people are like walking in front of you and not paying attention and just being rude and just like stepping in front of you and then just stopping.
Yeah, that's like total stress, isn't it?
I'm walking here.
Survival instinct, limbic system kicking in, survival, fight and flight.
And at one point, about an 11-year-old boy started to step in front of me, and I just thought, I'm going right through you, kid. And I went, holy moly, it's affecting me. And as we walked out, my daughter said, I hate it in there. It's horrible. There's so much anger. I'm so angry. I'm like, it's not yours. We're walking away. Let's let it go. Whoo, boy, that's the energy that's going to be building on the planet as we go through these transformations and more disclosures come out of evil stuff and the people we trust end up being bad guys.
Yeah. So it's crucial to become aware of those moments, just like you did in the shop. When you feel like you're just going to yell at someone or you feel like running somebody over, to be able to go, oh, wait a minute. No, this is not what we're going to engage in.
Luckily, that boy's older sister saw him stepping in front of me and went, whoop, and grabbed him and pulled him because I just...
You do not want to be flattened by Sarah, no.
No, I was like, whoa, I thought I was like, this isn't mine. But boy, like, my daughter and I were snapping at each other.
What about what about these fires? They seem to be, it's interesting that they both happen to be happening where you and I are. It's springtime. We have had fires at this time of year before, but for you, autumn, it seems kind of weird. And there was...
No, this is fire season for us.
Okay, all right. So is there anything extra we need to pick up from the fires, apart from the fact that it's pretty normal at this time of year? It's just exceptionally big, isn't it? It is here, exceptionally big.
Oh, it is. And this is the second time that before the fire started, I got a headache. Before the fire started,
some intensity or something, right? And your weather goes unusually dry for like 2 weeks before the fires start. That happened before.
And in 2017, we had big gusty winds. I could watch the leaves spin in front of my house, and it was unusually warm, like 75, and it usually drops to the 50s here, even in summertime. And I was out there at 8:30 and then at 9 and going, oh,
70.
something's happening. And then the fire started at midnight for that one. But I mean, and
Why
this
do
one
fires
again,
start at
2 days
midnight?
before the Kincaid fire, I started getting a headache. So I wonder if they're spraying something extra right before a fire. I don't know. But
Or if it's, like more of a energy kind of thing in terms of like how they use 5G and that kind of stuff, where they can
yeah,
project out an energy. I wonder. But regardless of how it has started, because we will figure that out, all secrets will be revealed. That is the key to this changeover. All of it will be revealed, whether it's personally, things that you've done, you've got to make sure that you clean the slate, face your consequences, make amends, do as much as you can to clean things up and make amends, even if you can't resolve what happened before. Forgive yourself, forgive others.
number one.
Yeah.
Forgive self.
But for big things, if these fires really are started by people who are deliberately trying to either cause havoc or claim the land or whatever, they will be found out. They will. It's awful when you think about all the wildlife, and we could certainly do with the trees. That's a bummer.
And the other animals. Oh yeah, and the food that's lost because the power's out all over California in order to try to prevent fires, but they didn't turn the power out until after the fire started. Yeah. It something smells a little fishy in this situation here.
It does. But keeping yourself calm and clean is the idea, isn't it? So shall we do our meditation then? Let's
Yes.
work towards what we're aiming for rather than looking behind us going, oh God, what a mess we made. But in fact it's moving in the right direction, so let's move it there, shall we?
That's the idea, yes. To focus on the good that's coming.
Yeah. Now, since we spoke last, I bought a beautiful little singing bowl. I don't know if it's bronze or copper, but it's really heavy and thick. So nice. I'll start it if you want to talk, Sarah, and I will do this. So everyone take a deep breath. You can take a breath.
So obviously don't be doing this if you're driving.
or operating
or chopping
machinery.
Onions. Yeah. Says you want you to close your eyes. Yeah. Close your eyes. And just start by focusing on your breath. Get your attention into your body, into here and into now. Anything from the past, let that go. Anything of the future, let that go. Bring your focus to right here. Can help you to do that by putting your hand over your heart. Just feeling that heartbeat, consistent. Never lets you down. Thank you, heart. Pumping oxygen and love force energy. And just sort of scan through your body. Notice your ankles and your knees and your hips, up your spine, to your shoulders, to your elbows, to your wrists. And notice your jaw, your upper neck. Kind of just go through your body. Breathe very deep and slow. So what I want you to do is go into your imagination. Really use your inner senses. And I want you to imagine you're walking somewhere beautiful in nature. You can feel the warmth of the sun, that perfect gentle breeze. You can hear perhaps the leaves blowing or animals, wildlife near you. Can you smell the trees? Is there water nearby? Listen to the sound of your footsteps as you walk along. Just let all this stuff appear in front of you. Don't try to create it, but really use all your senses. And we're walking now up toward a hill. And in that hill, there's this little area that you can drop down through some bushes, and there's a kind of an opening to a cave. And this is the cave, this is the path that's going to take us to the new earth. Just imagine that, step down into it. And it has some sort of fluorescent minerals, so there's enough light that you can see. And the flooring is smooth and even, you don't have to worry. As you step into it, notice the earthy smell. Keep walking down, gradually down, deep into the earth. And at one point you notice you're hearing water. And then you can smell the water. And you come around and you see this place where it opens up. And there's an underground river flowing there. It opens up and all above you are these incandescent, glowing rocks with different colors to them, different kinds of gemstones. It's a beautiful place. It's very peaceful. The water runs very calmly. There's a bridge over it. You go ahead, go up and just touch the rail of the bridge. Notice what it feels like. What's it made of? This is the bridge that crosses us to the new earth, which is a template that's been created. It's real, and it's been brought here. It's beginning to be overlaid onto the old earth. So as you step up the arch of the bridge, you notice an odd sort of fishery feeling. The air feels a little different. The gravity starts to feel a little weird. Maybe there's a little bit of a sound, a high-pitched, like the singing bowl, as you go over the center of the bridge. And as you get to the other side, you notice something. You feel lighter, like it's only maybe 2/3 of the gravity. All of a sudden, your shoulders relax. Your vision is brighter. Everything looks crystal clear. And it feels like not only physical weight, but emotional and mental weight has dropped away. And that's the truth. Gravity is made up of judgment. A lot of it is. And it doesn't exist here. You will also notice as you step off the end of the bridge and continue walking through this tunnel in the earth, and you start to head back up, you notice all of a sudden that you can almost hear the stones around you. You can kind of feel their presence. Solid, slow, safe, deep. The limitation to your conscious awareness has been removed. And as you continue walking up, just a slight grade, but it's easy. You're starting to feel more energized. And you see a light, and you're excited to see what's on the other side. So you hurry, and then you step out of the cave, and you're up high on a hill or on a mountain, and you're looking across a valley. So notice what you see. What type of trees and other plants? What does it smell like? Do you get the perfume of exotic flowers? There's a path that leads you down. And as you get down, you get into deeper forest. And the trees are surrounding you. And look at the beautiful flowers on the trees, the big, gorgeous leaves, the birds that are singing, welcoming you. And then you notice that you can feel or hear the bird going, oh, a human. You can feel that it's aware of you, and you're aware of it. And you send a greeting to it, and you feel the greeting come back. Everything is conscious here. And you're greeted by an animal, a large animal, that offers to carry you. And you notice that there's a consciousness to this, an intelligence, and you can communicate with this animal. You get up on its back or wherever you want to ride on it, and just enjoy the ride. Relax, notice the scenery, feel how great it feels. Continue until you come around a corner and you notice a temple. Some type of temple, whatever it is. It's the perfect temple for you. And when you arrive, your animal allows you to get off And you realize that this is your temple. And you step inside, and inside there's a gift for you. And this is what will carry the new earth energy, and you will bring it back with you. So pick up that gift or whatever it is, and know that you know what to do with it. You may want to put it in your heart, carry it in your pocket, wear it on your head. Depending on what it is, it's the perfect gift for you. And this is your connection to the frequency of the new earth. So let's bring it back. You step back out, and there's that wonderful animal. Thank you for the ride, you say. You're welcome, my pleasure. And you climb aboard, enjoy your walk back, and up the hill, and back into the cave. You say one last, see you later, to the new earth, knowing you're bringing a piece of that home with you. It's a lovely, lovely, light, open, beautiful energy. Back down through the cave, and because you're carrying this gift, and because you know the truth of what is coming, what we've created and we are installing now, when you step back over the bridge, it doesn't feel quite so heavy, because you realize that that's all fake. That's the old earth program. You don't have to go along with it anymore. So you go over the bridge, that weird frisson of the air again, and stride back out, up again, feeling light, feeling expansive, generous, safe, optimistic, looking forward to what we are creating. You step back out to your life, and as you're here, you take a big breath, come back into noticing your body, and you can open your eyes. So that lovely energy we gathered, what did you see? What did you notice, Annabelle?
Oh, I missed the beginning, of course. I was having fun with my bowl, but I don't know. It's almost like the smoke outside that is covering Sydney at the moment, but it is pastel coloured. I've heard that before, but that's what it feels like. It's it sounds stupid to say fairy stories, to think of, it's everything's more vividly coloured, and I don't know if it's clean, if that's the word for it. It's just more vivid, I think. And,
nice.
And waftier, like just not so solid and heavy, and I don't know. It's a bit hard to explain. Feels good though. What about you? Did you feel anything?
Oh yeah, I like it there. The first time that I really went there in a deep meditation, I was greeted just by surprise by a camel, and in my mind I thought, I'm an equestrian, okay? I'm like, a camel? You couldn't have given me a horse? And it turns and it looks at me like, ahem, I'm here offering my services to you, and I just went, oh my God, what a judgment on my part. I'm so sorry. I got busted. And then this small brown woman came over and said, I'm going to take you to the temple. And I thought, a Sherpa. And I'm like, oh, this is a wise woman. My judgments are smacking me in the face big time. It was really funny.
So this is where the telepathy kicks in, right? Where the animals and the humans, you can't hide.
It's so cool.
Anything, all the judgments, everybody can see what's going on there. So you very quickly learn, all of us will quickly learn to give up all our little lies and all our little judgments.
Yes. So this is what we are creating. This is where we are going. We are 100% creating this new earth. We've got to clean up the old one. So let's help the various areas. I'd like to do the fires around where I am, fires where you are. If anybody else, if there's a specific area that you just would like, you have a particular connection to. So let's create some bubbles of new earth, really nice, light, clean, like you say, clean. It doesn't have the distortion and the evil and the polarity and all that. It's really lovely. Let's just imagine those bubbles, these big shiny bubbles like a soap bubble, and fill that up with that energy. And then it's not a good idea to take something like this and force it into something, because if there's a negative energy there, it will see that as an attack. It'll perceive that's an attack, and it'll attack back. So what you want to do is take it and offer it. So I'm going to just imagine that beautiful bubble. The fire is just about 20 miles north of me. I'm just going to let that drift over the top of that, and it's going to be gently radiating that out for any conscious being, including plants and animals and humans, stones, crystals, that may like to absorb that energy and settle down the anger of the fire, and you as well.
Yeah, and for mine is quite a wide strip of fires that are happening maybe 6 hours drive north from Sydney at the moment, and it's pouring its smoke all the way south back to our city. It's a lot of smoke. And yeah, we can add the bubbles, but I also can see little clouds starting to form over those bushy areas and around where the houses are. And they just get a little more dense and a little more dense. And they go a little from white to grey, and they start to rain on those fires to help the firemen in their work to contain the spaces. And let it rain. Just imagine the rain. So I remember it was Esther Hicks with her channeling of Abraham so many years ago. She's been going about 30 years, I think, saying that this is what the Indians would do as part of their rain dance. Was not just doing a dance, but even just to simply stand on the ground barefoot, look up to the skies and just feel it touching your face, trickling onto your face, raining onto your face. And by doing this for, I think there was a specific time, like 93 seconds or something, but if you go 2 or 3 minutes, hey, 2 or 3 minutes is good, of actually imagining that rain falling down on the space.
And then feeling it and smelling it and using all your senses.
And the smell of the earth when it just touches, which is so divine.
I love that.
Yes, so just really get the more detailed you can get in your imagination of that, the better. Whether it's where you are or whether you want to see it where the fires are or anywhere else that needs a beautiful trickle of rain right now, that would be great. We don't want it hosing down because the erosion would be appalling. We do want gentle rain that will quench those fires.
So let's sense there's a fire of sorts going on in Washington, D.C. Let's just create a bubble and also just send that over there, and just, it's peaceful, it's clean, we don't.
There's 3 places, isn't there? Should we aim for the 3 places? Washington, D.C., City of London, and around the Vatican as well.
Yeah.
Bubbles. Let's bring those beautiful bubbles.
And using your imagination is really powerful. This stuff works, you guys. Yep. Send those bubbles. They're just sparkly. They have that pastel-y energy like the event wave that I've seen so many times, That's sort of how they look to me. And just let it be there, just offering. So that the people who are there who want that energy, they can access it so they're not triggered like the people with the climate change fear and all that. They can just calm them down and help them to feel safe and peaceful and not as angry.
And from that lovely energy, they can make different decisions. They can choose. They can choose if they need to leak information out in order to prevent things happening in the future, or by subconsciously bringing that in to be all cleaned up as well. For everybody, you cannot sort of just tar everybody with the same brush. You might have an organisation that seems to be completely nefarious, but each person within it has a different density, some more dense than others, and so you can simply offer those bubbles to those that are in a slightly less dense situation where they can actually accept the bubbles and start to be encouraged to help clean up from the inside rather than just the outside.
Yeah. So I think that's the most powerful thing we can do. I mean,
That felt
like
good.
we said before, yeah, we aren't there. We aren't in politics. There's nothing I can do with this body specifically that's going to make a change. But this is the power that I have. And this is the power that you guys have. And we can use it. Mass meditations especially. You know, anytime 2 or more people get together, it's amazing what it can do. I mean, even think of Emoto's work with the water crystals. And they checked, there was a very polluted lake. And the monks went and chanted. And probably, you know, love and gratitude and all that. They chanted around it, and then they tested it, and it was a lot cleaner after being prayed and chanted to. So
Just once.
That works. Yeah.
Holy cow.
We can do it. We can do it.
Yeah, we can. So you play this video as often as you want. What I might do is set a marker for, we've got 2 different spots there. One is going through the cave to the new world, and the other is the bubbles to send out to different areas, whether it is dense political areas or whether it's fires or whatever. So I'll put those in the description when we set this up.
Lovely.
Yay!
Thanks for coming on the little trip with us. I had a good time.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.